Hey, and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a do-it-yourself, put together the Michael's dupe for the Alex cabinets. And I am going to do a quick DIY for you guys. Here's a picture of the box. And I have laid out each item, stacked those individually, and they're alphabetically numbered. This unit piece is A. This unit piece is B. There are 20 number 3 screws, and this piece here was a number 4. You simply lay these down into these 3 holes here, just like that. The first thing you're going to do is take those out of the box, lay everything out in stacks from the alphabet, get your instructions out, and as you can see, we are right here. Part A is here, part B is here on this side, part B. And then I have my 20 screws that I'm getting ready to put in. I'm going to put those in. They go in that hole and that hole. So I'm going to go ahead and put those screws in, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, and we're back. That was step 2. We used 4 of the number 5 screws. We used 12 of the number 1s. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3. There's on this end 4, 5, 6, and the same on this side. And the number 5s are the metal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So give you a long view of that. And that's where we're at so far. So I'm trying to give you a step-by-step so it's easy to follow. And that's where we're at. If you're having trouble, go back to the beginning of the video and we will move on. Now, in the next step, number 3, we're changing up pieces of wood here. As you can see, there's C and D in the picture, and we're going to need 12 of the number 5 pieces. So I'm going to set up C and D and pull out 12 of the number 5 pieces, those long silver pieces you see there, as shown in the picture, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back with the top and the bottom, which is C and D. These are the totally square pieces, and I set them up exactly like the picture. As you can see, the edge, which is this little strip right here, all the way down through here, is the same as the picture here. Same as the picture here. I always set it up exactly like you see in the picture. It's calling for 12 of the number 5 silver pieces. Number 5, there's 12 of these pieces right here. So let's grab our screwdrivers, and that's a Phillips head, and we're going to put those in these holes right here. In both pieces. Okay, you with me so far? I hope so. I'm trying to make this super easy because I've hesitated to put this together for so long, and I want to make it easy for you guys. So I'll cut away, put those in, be right back. And we're back again. We're going over step number 3, as you can see here, and that was part C and D, and we're going to use 12 of the number 5 screws. As you can see, this is exactly what I did on C and on D, and I have flipped this around so I could put the screws in the back side. All right, so this is what C and D should look like with your 6 screws in each piece. Now, we're going to move on to step 4. Step 4 is going to bring back side A and B, and you're going to find parts F. There's going to be 2 pieces you're going to find, and that's going to be F, and there are 2 of those. This is what they look like, okay? find those pieces marked F. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull out, it's calling for 4 of the number 5. And those are the lock socket parts. And that is going to be that piece right there. So you're going to need 4 of those. So go ahead and get out 4 number 5s of these lock sockets and get out your 2 Fs that are labeled and set back up your A and your B. I'm going to cut away and we're going to get that together and I'm going to pull in another piece of the video. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back for step 4. I have pulled back out my part A and my part B. As you can see here, here is the A, here is the B. In the photograph, it shows them with that little rib. See, you got to follow these pictures really well. See this little rib right here? And there's one on B. In the photograph, it shows them down. You're going to pull these pieces up off the thing like this. And then B, you're going to pull it up like so. In the photograph, it shows your F with the holes up and F with the holes down. So do you follow me? Which means the white edge and the white edge are going to be like that. So when I put this together with this, as you can see, this is how it's going to go in there. So that'll be showing to the front. And as you can see, the front, there's your smooth edge. There's your smooth edge. So when those come together, this is going to be in the front and all of your finished fronts are going to be showing. So make sure that you've got this turned. That's your F piece like that because it's going to go, your ends are going to go right in here on both sides. Your ends are going to go part B. Your ends here, and the second piece of F here, second piece of F, and this end. Okay? So what you're basically going to do is you're going to put this down in here. All right? And then you're going to flip your pieces up and attach it to B. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come right back. And we're on step 4. And remember, you need to have number 5, these little socket pieces. 4 of those. All right. Be right back. Okay, we're back. I think I told you wrong on this base piece here. The rough edges should all be facing out this way. And I think I told you the smooth. And then this, as you can see, the smooth side here is right here. And I just wanted to show you what these little things look like. See how that's got that opening right there? What you're going to do is just slip that opening like that over here. Put that in there. Make sure it's flush. And then all you do is turn this and it tightens it. See how it tightens it to the wall of the side B? And it locks it in there. All right, I'm going to get the next section together. That was section 4. We're getting there. Now it's starting to get really good. In section 5, we're going to add D to the base, which will go here. We're going to get out 6 of the lock sockets. And we are going to, as you can see, there's 3 of these holes on this side and 3 of these holes on this side, on side B. Okay. And we're going to get out 6 of those lock sockets and we're going to put that in place. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I've got it all together right. And as you can see, my little panel here, this little strip, that's where the back panel is going to go in. So when you're setting this up, if you don't have both of these to the bottom, you've done something wrong, okay? So I'm going to cut away. I'm going to set up for picture number 5 on our instructions. And you're going to grab section D and 6 of the number 5 lock sockets. And I'll be right back. All right, we now have completion. There is your lock sockets right there. Make sure that one's in there good. Okay. It should be like flush. That one's not real flush, but everything else is. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your finishes are all going to be the smooth white. Now, the next step is super easy peasy. Step number 6 is finding the E, which is the back panel of your cabinet, and we're going to slide that down into the groove here, and then there's a groove on this back side that it'll fit right down in. I'm going to find my E, which is right there. I'm going to slide that down in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, as I'm putting on the wheels, I had noticed that I do have a couple of wheels that are broken. They're still usable, but I just wanted to show you guys a quick little way that I do this. I literally, especially if you're working alone, go ahead and take your screw and put it in this hole and line it up over here and have it in there. And then I take my screwdriver and go ahead and adhere that first screw. So I wish I could show you guys this, but you know, I'm filming holding my, but as you can see, if I didn't have my phone in my hand, I have this ready to line up and already in the hole, and that keeps you from dropping screws like 1,000 times. And just screw it in real quick, and then you don't have to worry about the wheel falling back off. And you also don't have to worry about lining the rest of your holes up. It's a whole lot easier if you do it this way. All right, I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to get ready to do the drawers. All right, casters are on. As you can see, I will probably end up taking these casters off and putting on actual legs because I want my desk to set up higher than these casters allow. So I just did this basically for demonstration to complete the instructions. As you can see, these are broken, and I'm not real happy about that. I'll probably get hold of Michael's and just let them know that they were broken. I don't really expect to get anything, which I don't care. Like I said, I'm going to take the casters off anyway. So that was our step 8 completed. Now to set up for step number 9, you're going to have 2 of your metal number 5 screws, 2 of your lock screws, you're going to have 2 of your number 1 wooden pegs, and you're going to have 4 of your number 2 long screws. So let's set that up real quick. We're going to have 2 of these and 2 of these, if I can get them apart. So there's 2 of your number 5 and 2 of your number 5 lock screws. You are going to have your number 1, 2 of those, and then you're going to find bag number 2, and you're going to get out 4 of those, as you can see right there. Okay, now you're going to get your pieces. We're going to start on number 9, and what you're going to do with number 9 is you're going to get G, and you're going to put 2 of these number 5s in the front piece. So let me find G. Let's go over here. There's G, okay? Now remember, you have that groove in there to put your little book and stuff, your little piece of bottom of your cabinet in. So you're going to take G, and you're going to, I position my pieces exactly like they are in the picture, okay? So if I'm going to set down G, I'm setting it exactly like it is here. And the top hole, which is the bigger hole, is where your silver screw number 5 is going to go. So let's get that done, and we'll move on to number 10. I'm going to get that done, and I'll be right back. All right, there's G, part G, times 5. Remember our instructions said, where's it at? These times 5. So G was putting in the number 5 long metal screws. As you see there on the far left, number 5, the long metal screws. And there they are. So you have 5 drawers. They all go in the top main hall. Those are all screwed down. And that is part G, number 9 step. The next step is we're going to move to step 10, which means we're going to need 4 of the number 2 screws. And we're going to need parts I, K, and H. So, and you're going to need 2 of the number 1 wooden dowels. So, let's get our wooden dowels together, 2 of those, 4 of the number 2 screws, and get the other 3 pieces, I, H, and K. I'm going to get those laid out and show you what it looks like, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're on step 10. We have parts here ready to go. Remember, this is all times 5. You're going to have 5 drawers, okay? So there's your H. There is your K part. And here is your I. How it's easy to see how these are supposed to be lined up is, see the little rip, and the rip? That's where your drawer bottom's going to go. So when you get ready to put these together, they're all going to flip up like so and be put together, and the drawer bottom will go right in here. So that makes it easy. You're going to be using 1 and 2 to adhere. As you can see here from the instructions, part 1 goes in the very front on the bottom, which will be this one right here, the bottom hole. So when it's turned up like so, it's going to go in that bottom hole, okay? That's the little wooden dowels that you're going to use, which is part 1. And then according to the instructions, you're going to need 4 of the number 2s, and they are going to go on the back side right there. And this little seam is where they're going to slide on the plastic pieces that you put right here, okay? I hope it's all clear as mud right now. I'm really trying to make this tutorial a step-by-step that is super easy, because most of the videos that I saw weren't. So here we go. I'm going to put 4 of these 3 pieces together. I've got 5 of these to put together. So, because remember, everything is times 5 for us to get all the drawers ready. So I'm going to put all 5 of these together. We're on step number 10, and then I'll come right back. Okay guys, here's one drawer put together. I just wanted to show you. I have the wooden dowel in the bottom, the rough edges here, because you're going to have G. It's going to bump up against this, okay? And then here's your 3 pieces. And as you can see, I have my screws in there. I have my screws in here. So, and then your rail pieces, like I told you, that's going to be where it's going to be on these plastic runners right there, okay? And there you go. That is one of the 3 pieces that I put together of the drawers. So I'm going to put the other 4 together, and I'll come right back. Okay, we are back. And I have 5 drawers that I put together. We're on step number 10. And as you can see, you have your edge here that your bottom of your drawer is going to go in. If your drawer doesn't look like that, you have done something wrong. Your big hole there is going to be at the top front side of your drawers. Your wooden peg is going to be at the very front right here. And then your screws lined up here. This seam should be on the outside edge on both sides, okay? Now we get to move on to, well, it says 11, like the bottoms are going to go in. So I'm going to put the bottoms in. And then on step 12, you're going to need your number 5s, those big lock sockets, because we're going to take part G, which was your door front, that's already got the metal screws in there, and we're going to pop the fronts on. So let's go ahead and get our panels, which will be J, and it shows you which way to put them in. Your J should be showing you on the top. So flip your J. If you see your J on your board, that should be, you should be looking at that. And that's going to go in this rib, this little seam right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the J's that I have here, which is right here. And it is going to go, all of the edges are unfinished, as you can see. All right, so we're going to put the J in like so. We're going to find this seam right there and right here. And that's just going to slide right in there just like that. Okay, so that's step 11. It's supposed to have that little lip at the top because we're going to take G, which has the little, there's your seam. That's what that little lip right here is going to fit in. Your wooden dowel there is going to fit in this little hole right here. And then the big screw is going to go in that hole right there. Okay? So we're going to flip over our G like this. It'll look like this, okay? We're going to line that up on this side too. We're going to line it up over here. And that's going to go right down on there. There we go. Get it on there good. Make sure your drawer, let's flip it forward, is meshing together, and your little piece here on the bottom is, see, you want to make sure it's in that rib. So I'm going to put the drawer together and I'll be right back. All right, we've got the G front. Here's your G. And as you can see where your seams were, you have your base in here already, which is part J. Then you get your number 5 lock screws. And once you've put that this drawer front on here, the lock screws adhere. So if there's any confusion, you already had your screws from G in here. You're going to just flip it around, match your seam up, put your bottom in your drawer, and then you're going to take your lock screws and lock down that screw. So I got 4 more drawers to do. I'm going to get that done real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, we have our drawers together, and that looks awesome. Now, we are on step, we are on the step where they go into the cabinet. And as you can see, the curved front of those little plastic strips is in the front. We're going to put that in, and then you go here. It's basically telling you, do not put the number 10 plastic tabs in first. Put them in after you've put the drawer in. Those are your stops, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take my number 10s, and we are going to, which I think I put them, those are my 12s. These are the 10s, okay? So we're, like I said, don't put them in the drawer now. Put the drawer in the cabinet and then put the number 10s in, as you can see here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the drawers in and come right back. All right, now as you can see, I've placed my drawer onto the runners. I've put my number 10s in there after it goes past the threshold, which would be past here, okay? When you put your drawer in, this keeps your drawer from pulling all the way out on you. Okay? So, there we go with that one. I'm going to put the other 4 in. You put the drawer in first. Go past this little threshold. Then put your little number 10 in there, and that'll keep it from coming out. Okay? I'm going to put all the drawers in. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Got all my drawers in. As you can see, let me push this back a little bit. I do have it on the rollers. The drawers do go in and out nicely. This one's a little snugger. I don't know why. Very nice. Probably just needs a little back and forth motion there to get it broken in. And the next step, we have all of our drawers in. Now we need 2 number 11s to put in the top, which will cover these 2 holes right here. And my number 11 is right here. Now, if you noticed, we skipped over number 9. And the reason for that is, these are screws if you want to attach 2 units together. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have 1 unit on one side and 1 unit on the other, and I'm going to put a desktop on it. So I'm making this workspace. You also were given, this is called a furniture strap. And this is if you want to adhere these to the wall. Okay? I won't be using that either because I am not going to put that kind of damage inside of my walls. And this number 12, let's go back and see what number 12 is. And I don't think we use that either because I still have it here. So let's go and look at our instructions. Number 12 is right there. Oh, those cover all of your lock screws. So I can go back and cover up all these lock screws if I want to. Okay? Alrighty. So after we put in number 11, which is right here, let's just do that right now. I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. And I'm also going to give you a time block on it, how long it took me to do it. I started at 10 minutes till 10. And those are just going to go down in there like so. Plus, it'll keep it from scratching up if you put like a topper on it. There we go. And there is my finished product. So like I said, the lock screws are way back. I didn't do that. Let's see. Like these right here. If you want to cover them, that's what your number 12s are for. So that they're not showing. And you can just go and put those over top of those little screws right there. Alright guys, that is my tutorial of the Alex Drawer Michaels Dupe Put It Together video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was a step-by-step that was understandable. And I hope that it will help you be able to put these units together easily. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. And subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you all in the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone.